Ladies and gentlemen, all hail the Queen. The consort of Fire Kings has been announced, and we're about to test it out. So, is this card going to fill a gap to make Fire Kings finally take that last step to compete with everyone else? Or are they just still going to be just behind? We're going to find out. Fire King's gotten so much good support lately, and I'm kind of happy for him, because it was always a deck I liked. But now it's a deck that's good that I like. We'll see how it goes.
Did anyone, back in the roleplay, did anyone ever use this deck? Any side character or anything? Or was it just there?
I don't know if we did any of that in our character stuff necessarily. I think it was just there. But obviously there's potential for it. And now, oh my goodness, there is a sky, which has become the limit. So, what are you playing with? Get a little Memento clan with or Memento? What are they called now?
They're called, well, they're not showing on the card right now. But it's Momentia.
I got it in the text. Memento clan. Yes.
Memento land. Yeah, I tried to look up to see if there was any like special meaning to that, but there wasn't.
Yeah, no, the only thing I'm thinking of is, the root words, which I think is Aztecish, because I know they have a lot of city names that end in clan, but like, why would it go that angle? I guess it's like undead stuff at that point. This is reborn. I don't know. There's a reason. Either way, it's just so it's not a common word in the English language like memento. But I guess that's not really a great thing when I have Fire King as mine. I did see in a post about the new Fire King consort card. It's like, well, we can't name her Fire Queen because the archetype is Fire King. Well, this is a problem. So we'll see how that all comes out in English when the official names are released.
Yeah, because consort I feel like is going to be one of those that's going to be like, oh, we can't use that name.
You had that thought. I don't necessarily feel like consort's a bad thing, but I mean, it's all mixed up in American censorship anyway. You never know.
It's also the Yugioh group censorship that also said that we can't say hell or underworld in the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! And created the Shadow Realm.
And there's much worse in it, so it's just all over the place.
Yeah, now we have the old underworld archetype, so.
Yep. So we'll see. Anyway, we have Mementos coming out strong, putting lots of pieces in the graveyard. The Tatsunoko Shigo made its move early on. You got your big boy to the hand, or the Horned Dragon at least.
Yeah.
I imagine that means you already have the big boy in your hand ready to pop when you get everything.
Yep. All that goes back into the deck.
Just like that.
Oh, they also name. Oh, wait, huh?
Memento al Tecotlika. Oh, gosh. No, I'm doing it. Tecotlika. Tecotlika. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely like an Aztec kind of vibe to it.
But instead of being the Nether Skull Dragon, it is Combined Creation.
Yeah, so you can just call it Combined Creation. I will not blame you. I won't blame any of you.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep calling it Nether Skull Dragon because I thought it was a really cool name, like Nether Skull Dragon.
Yeah, but do we need more Nether Skull or Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh? Really?
Alright, yeah.
Alright, so I don't have my main starting card here, but I do have a couple good cards. So we're gonna see. We don't have ourselves the little Ponix. We got a Tenki though that can search us something. Unfortunately, the new consort is a winged beast, not a beast warrior, so I can't search that with it. But we can either get ourselves a Rangbali or a Barong here. So, well, we literally have almost everything we can search already in our opening hand. Not a fantastic open, but we do have our field card, which means this is playable. Of course. Okay, I was about to say, what are you going to summon? You don't have a graveyard. This could be bad. So, we're going to find out. Now, I do have Garunix in my hand. That is basically it. So, we're going to need to force some action here by using Fire King Island. Now, I do have the option to use both Fire King Islands. Since I don't have a monster, I could just special summon a Wing Beast monster from my hand. Just plain and simple. But my Fire King, or Sacred Fire King Garunix, already does that when I destroy something. So, I may as well. So, we'll do that, destroy, and Barong might get to do the same game as well. So we'll just send Arvada away for now. We'll get a Ponix to the hand.
I probably should not have done that.
What, load up your field while I'm playing Fire Kings? What do you mean?
No, I thought the moment, for some reason, I got confused for a moment. I thought his effect was the same as his trap card where you can sacrifice some attack points to negate effects. But I did not, and I should have kept the the horse in the hand, because he could have potentially got me back everything I needed if he.
Yeah, quite possibly. All right, now I have two options here. I probably should have searched the consort to my hand and sent Ponix to the graveyard, but regardless, she does still have a graveyard effect. If this card's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I believe he may just send, or the card I used may just send. So that's probably not the course of action. Well, let me just make sure. You can destroy one Fire Beast in your hand, deck, or face upon field. Oh, it does destroy, which means I will then get to special summon the level 8 Garunix as well. I think that's the move. Which means there may be reason to run multiple copies of the original Garunix, because, well, the consort summons it for free. Well, for, sacrificing her own life, but that's basically free in a Fire King deck. Okay, let's get moving. We're going to Ponix. We don't need to Ponix right now, but we're going to, because we want it to be destroyed, basically. I'm going to get Sanctuary of the Fire Kings, because that's going to be good later no matter what. And I'm going to end the turn probably with one monster on the field. Or we could do the Solidarity Strike, because we already got half the stuff we need out here. Sure, I'll try that out. Mix things up a little bit. Oh, did I already have that on the field? I already did have it on the field. It just has a different name. It's Echelon of the Fire Kings now. Man, names being changed. As we said, it happens to all the new cards. Either way, now I got extras. So we're going to use Hyung, Garunix Eternity, to send away everybody. Which means, I guess...
I will re-emphasize, I am sad that the mementos don't have any self-protection of any sort. Like, instead of like Nether Skull Dragon being destroyed, instead destroy like another card on the field or something.
Yeah. So I can target and destroy a spell or trap right now, but I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to end my turn right there, because I cannot manage to summon Barong, plain and simple. I think in a modern version of Fire Kings, Barong probably doesn't belong in here too much anymore. Maybe one copy.
Could you not attack, by the way, or?
I forgot. I pulled in Mario.
Oh god, not this card right now.
Oh no. Yeah, I can only imagine you're in a tough spot unless you like hard draw another Tatsuno Toshigo or something. Well, that's not ideal. Okay, you know what? I'll be nice to you. I'll negate it for you.
Just want to keep your cards in your hand.
Yeah, I guess so. Here we go. I'll send Barong away. Oh, look. Ponix gets to special summon self now on your turn and get me searches. Lovely. I wonder what we're going to search with Ponix. Can I search? Oh, is it just spells? It's just spells. Darn it, can't search the new card. Okay, well, now we'll get ourselves a Sanctuary. So... yeah, you going second is probably going to be beneficial to you, because I don't know exactly how scary. Like, I know with the new Fire King stuff, I can set up a good field going second, but it's not necessarily always going to be easy to do so. So, we'll do this. That'll allow me to special summon. I guess we'll just go straight for, or add to my hand, rather, Alcanix. So, the consort has arrived. Now, normally with Fire Kings, it can be a little difficult sometimes to find, let's just... obviously your field's empty, but let's imagine you have a field full of things. I can't use my Garunix Eternity to wipe the field. He only does that when he's summoned. So, how would I make this happen? Well, let's start. I'm going to summon my Alcanix, who has the ability to pick and destroy one of my Fire King monsters, something that triggers all of their effects, but in this case, I'll destroy the big one. That'll allow me to add something to hand. In this case, I could get more Ponix as a backup plan. I'm going to add a Kieran because I haven't used it yet, and it's, free summons effectively. And I also become that level. Now, of course, that was something different. Mainly, I wanted to send my XE monster to the graveyard so that I can special summon 2 more cards from graveyard. I really want to special summon my Fire King High Avatar Garunix from the graveyard. However, that would wipe the entire field, I believe. Special summon this card from the graveyard. If you do, destroy all monsters on the field. Yeah, we don't want that happening. So, we're just going to pull out another Hyung that I don't think will be able to do any additional effects. But he can do some targeting and destroying. Once again, we don't really want to. Actually, no, he targets and destroys from my deck. So, let's do that. Obviously, if we didn't already do it, we could just do the Alcanix. Man, I might really put 2 copies of the Classic Boy in there. But we'll send another Ponix there, just to make sure we have him available. Now that I have 2 level 8s on the field just by playing my Alcanix, I could go into another Garunix Eternity. So that could put us in really good shape.
You don't play that old Nephis card anymore, right?
Not in this version of the deck. There's certain decks where it would find a home. It's just... I find I need spell cards more than my opponent most times with this deck.
Oh, and that destroys all spell cards, doesn't it?
I forget, but honestly, it just doesn't have as much synergy as this does. And Hyung already target and destroys one spell card on the field, so it's not something you're eternally lacking. Regardless, we have lots of things on the field, so we'll just make some attacks, and do we win? Yeah, probably. Then go next. Now, it seems that I have a ability to bring back a level 8 Xe with no material on it. This might be screaming Zeus to most people. If you want to throw a Zeus in your deck, you can probably turn that into him. And there might even be some other options. But yeah, that seemed to work out. Let's go again. You can take second. We'll see what I'm forced to do on the turn 1.
All right. Probably, I know for a fact that your deck doesn't have that many defensive options, so...
Yeah, I know the best option I can do, but it doesn't look like I have the hand for it. I have the Fire King Consort again, and this lets me destroy something on the field and add something else to hand, which I kind of could really use a Kirin. Unfortunately, I could really use a Kirin and my spell card. So if I had the spell card, then the Consort would be perfect right now. If I don't, then I have to play Ponix. Luckily, I'm blessed enough to have a Ponix, so we have that going for us. Otherwise, we can use our Volcanics just to search a Ponix. But we're going to get the Sanctuary of the Fire Kings. Kind of ties the whole deck together. Gives you the possibility to play on turn 1, because this means I can bring out my Xe monster during your turn and wipe the field. But in this particular case, I don't see the possibility of myself bringing out 2 level 8s, unless I can manage to summon my Volcanics. Now, if I do this, I can send it to the graveyard and put out a Fire King High Avatar Garunix, which is good, but don't have another level 8.
Yeah, if he's just gonna be there to die, because you know I'm gonna get something out on the field at least.
Let's be very clear about this. Him just being there to die is fantastic for me. I'm talking about the one who comes back every turn and wipes the entire field.
Oh,
so doing that on turn 1 isn't the worst thing one could do. Now I have 2 options. I could either destroy Ponix right here, right now, or I could destroy my Volcanics and get that going. With this, of course, I can get another card added to my hand, which actually... No, I think I was overthinking things. This may all work out, assuming that this triggers the classic Garunix, because a monster was destroyed. Let's hope it does. I don't think the timing did do it. Okay, it did. So yeah, I think I can get what I want out here. Out comes Garunix with the Volcanics. Out comes that Garunix. Both Garunixes out. Obviously, we don't... actually, what am I talking about? Might as well. We use that, throw another card in the graveyard. We double up on Ponix, I think. Or do we get a Barong in there? Yeah, we'll get a Barong in there. Maybe that's the main reason Barong deserves to be in this deck right now. So he is there. He can do more. Now, of course, we could immediately go into our Garunix Eternity, but we shall not. We shall wait until the opportune moment and end our turn there. So I think this actually turned out to be about what you expect with this kind of deck. Obviously, we don't have any hard negates, but it's not really what this deck is meant to do. And him just being in the graveyard lets me search another Fire King monster. Let's grab an Volcanics to the hand, just to be able to do that. Obviously, there's a plethora of wonderful cards, but we're featuring this one.
Alright, so...
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play your favorite card first. Reasoning.
I do love me some Reasoning. Oh boy, that is such a good card in that deck. I'm glad I recommended it. We are going to select 5, because I think that's Tasano Toshigo's level. But obviously you have all kinds of levels. Yeah.
One and done.
I just didn't want to give you the free Tasano Toshigo. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously you could likely have it in your hand. You could search it. We got Prosperity, adding more cards to your hand.
Okay, send all my duplicates away, like exactly the way I set them up.
Very nice.
Ooh, yep. I could be annoying with a certain card combo.
Okay.
First off, need to see what I can grab first.
I don't know if I have Prosperities and Extravagance in this deck, but I think Prosperity can definitely fit. Because, at least from a few test periods of using these new cards, I haven't summoned much except for Garunix Eternity. I have level 4 plays in here, haven't gotten to use them too much. I have Link plays, haven't bothered to use them too much. So a lot of the extra deck here is largely unused. So a little Prosperity might be a good move for this deck. Oh, the Bone Party. We love that.
Yeah, I remember when this card first came out. It was kind of broken. It didn't work properly, but now that it does, it is a really good card to have in your deck.
Absolutely. Fills in those missing gaps. And the one I was afraid of. Great.
Yep.
There that goes. And do I jump the gun? Let's see. During your main phase, you can destroy one memento you control. I'm going to pull the trigger now. So we will go ahead and summon our XZ monster. Garunix Eternity. Wipe the field of all monsters. Obviously, monsters in the graveyard is not a bad thing for Memento Tlen. But you want to activate that guy's effect, and you didn't get to. So, I can now put another monster on the field. I may as well.
Sun Negator?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yep. So, I think that at least, you know, threw one wrench in your plans, if not the only wrench I needed. He has a normal summon goblin, but... is that enough?
Let me see. It might be, in some sense.
Because you got three momentum.
I'll mess with you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that will mess with me slightly. Fair enough. Get my Rangbali out of here. Oh, it's fun to say Rangbali out of here.
And, yeah. I will have to end the turn.
Okay. Yeah, I do have an Anima in this deck as well, just because Ponix is level 1, so he can be switching around doing a little something. I was very tempted to put Mahjong in like one of the extra deck zones, but it's just things like that. There can be little surprises that mess with you, so I put myself hiding behind this nice invisible barrier. Okay, end phase. Garunix Eternity can now do his effect. I can now activate the effect of Ponix from the graveyard. This seems to be going exceedingly well for the Fire Kings, but we will go for it. Activate, might as well, detach Garunix, so he is now in the graveyard. We can select and destroy. We could just destroy Rangbali. We may be able to do greater than that. I'm going to target the back row card before it comes to bite me in any way. I'd rather see it immediately. Okay, yeah, fair enough. No memento monsters out here, but I'm happy to take that kind of a risk. Now we can use our Alcanix to possibly get some other things moving out here. I think we may use our Alcanix just to refill the field a little bit, like I did theoretically last time. Or we can just Ponix and get more good cards. I think Ponix still is the best card, but Alcanix is pretty good. Oh, I haven't even bothered to activate this card yet. Let's go ahead and use that. Free summons! Now, these monsters do not get the effects, but hey, we can get out some of the level 4s. Why not? So we'll get from... is it just hand and graveyard? No, it's deck as well, but it has to be all kinds of different ones from the hand, deck, and graveyard. So we'll get one of you, and we'll get one of you, and from the hand we will get, I suppose, you. Boop. 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 And the queen has arrived. I will not try to activate its effect and waste it. Instead, we can look at one of the level 4 options. Tornado Dragon would be very viable in this, considering it seems that I cannot go into... yes, I need it to be 2 Beast Warriors to go into my 1 Fire Fist monster that's viable in this deck. So, not anything too important to go into. Once again, I think doing something like... well, actually, let's see. Yeah, just getting rid of your Anima is valuable. But sure, we'll go for a Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Yeah! Not huge here, but there he stands. I don't even remember what he does to benefit me. I add fire monsters from graveyard to the hand if I summon stuff the zone net points to. So, do I bother to do so is the question. I don't know. Let's... oh man, that Hyung's power is so strong. I think I will, in that particular case, just go for this and summon Alcanix. What am I going to destroy? I don't know. Activate a card or effect? What can I do? Oh, I can get more benefit out of Solidarity Strike, of course. So, when I normally summon a Fire King, you can use each of these. Your opponent can't activate cards or effects. Yay, I guess. Obviously, not incredibly important. But with this... ooh, there's something fun when this card was restored. No, that does not do anything great for me. So, we'll just send Kieran to the graveyard, because I think we're going to pull out other wonderful things. Could just pull another Kieran, or we could get Sacred Fire King Garunix, who should automatically summon himself. And then the Alcanix has the other benefit. It's really 3 good effects of Alcanix. So, kind of happy about that. We'll do that, and activate. I guess we'll do Kieran's other effect as well. Why not? And special summon from the graveyard, the Arvada. There we go. Destroying an extra card on the field, so why not? And out comes more cards. Lovely. I don't need to use a Sacred Fire King Garunix's ability to destroy more, because, well, it's already all gone. Now that I have, you know, some spare pieces...
This is just gonna hurt, isn't it?
Yeah, generally. I'm just kind of flexing to show off the multiple capabilities. Here, now that we already have a Garunix Eternity, you can go into a Hope Harbinger to have that option. You can use your Sunlight Wolf to climb up into a higher Link monster. But we're just going to let the Fire King sing here and go for it. Because I think Volcanix keeps that level, but we're going to find out. Got to experiment a little bit. Attack! I mean, not that we're going to, but... It's tempting to find out, but I guess this matchup is pretty clear-cut. So, we'll just go and finish you off with Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Sure. So,
I didn't expect the Salamangreats in this, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't do anything, but it's a Fire Link monster to climb in a fire deck. So, it is what it is. Doesn't really do much in this deck, so it's not important. But what is important is Volcanix just enables you to do so much more. Volcanix let me put out the, Fire King Sanctuary and all the material I needed to bring out Garunix Eternity in that opening turn, on turn 1. You don't even want to go turn 1 with Fire Kings, and that seemed to work out perfectly for me.
It's because you had that trigger. If I were to compare it to something, it would be like... Oh, like the Ice Barriers. Like if I had that one monster that if it's removed for any reason from the field by an opponent's card, I automatically get a Trishula that can banish multiple things on the field and graveyard. So,
ironically, Fire and Ice are very similar. In fact, we did another version of this duel where we fought against Ice Barriers, and, well, there was a probably much closer duel that we didn't really get to see Volcanix in too much, but if you guys want to see that, let us know in the comments down below. We can put it up later this month and have a good time with that. But clearly, Volcanix does sort out Fire Kings to be able to do things a lot more consistently, and they already weren't that inconsistent. So I'm happy about it. It's a good card. The Queen is here, or whatever she may become when the English version is fully developed and put into the TCG. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, I suppose make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you want to see this deck fight up against something else, and we'll see you next time.
See ya, folks.